I'm going to show you how to create an NPV optimized schedule for an open pit mine using ScheduleXL. Here in front of us we've got the block model loaded. You can see we've got various block sizes here. We can handle various block sizes in this software. And what we've done here is we've got the various block model columns, and we've created a column here for revenue per block. So here's our revenue column, and you can see the various values here. Basically they depend upon whether they're just air blocks or blocks with no revenue associated with them, all the way down to blocks which have got value because they got gold content. To show you what the formula looks like for the column that we did, do that. So there's our formula. We've really taken it as the gold amount times the price of the gold per unit, and then minus the processing cost, which is taken as a nominal 40 units per cubic meter. Now what we've done here is we've put this block model through our Lurch-Grossman process, and to show you what it looks like when we've done that, I'll turn on the mine theme, and basically here you can see I've hidden the blocks we won't mine, or we can't mine because of the slope constraints, and it leaves us with these particular blocks which you can see in front of us, which we can mine. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like. We can just change our theme as well if you want to see them as blocks. So there's basically the actual blocks we are going to mine. Now what we need to do is we need to bring these blocks into our scheduling section and schedule them. So to do that, what I'm going to do is open up ScheduleXL, which is an add-in. There we go. I'm going to open up the project I already created, which has got these blocks loaded. There they are. So now here you can see all the blocks loaded, and here our particular value that I got from the block model that I showed you earlier. Here it is in the actual schedule. Now what I'm going to do is we need to do an NPV optimized schedule. So I need to give in the NPV parameters. That I can do that over here in the project details. So basically I've set up some discounts for the NPV. At the moment I'm using no discount. In other words, if I look at the numbers here, the figures here, the discount for every period is just one. It's no discount. Here I've put a 10% per annum discount, so we'll use that in this particular scenario. Over the life of this mine, that's our discount we're going to apply. Now for our current schedule, I want to make sure we are going to use that discount, so I'm going to click here to use it. So we're going to use that optimistic discount, and there we go. Alright, now it shows here I'm using schedule 0, but it shows me that the total value is 0 only because I haven't scheduled anything yet. So the first schedule, I'm just going to do very sort of dumb schedule. I'm just going to say, well, in the order that I've given the blocks, but still being faithful to the block order which we created from our Lurch-Grossman process. In other words, we don't mine blocks unless blocks above them have been mined. And with leveling factor here, for this one resource which I've created, a grader resource, and the leveling, the resource allows 3,000 cubic meters per day, as you can see over here. With that resource, I'm going to schedule now, but it's not going to be an ultimate schedule, it's just going to be purely a schedule. It's creating the schedule, and there it has. And you can see here how it's, as it goes along, it's allocated that amount of work per day. And at the bottom you can see the totals are adding up to the 3,000 where it can. Obviously towards the end you won't be able to get to that, and here we can see towards the project end here it dwindles down to 0. Okay, now this particular schedule, which has now been leveled at least, so it's following all our constraints, has this particular 163 million units value. To optimize it for NPV is very simple with ScheduleXL. All I need to do is sort my optimization by the value column, which is our revenue column, and I make sure it's descending, and I just optimize, and then by doing so you'll see that we've suddenly gained $7 million, 7 billion units by doing that. That is as simple as it is to optimize this particular schedule. What I do now is I can connect back to my graphics, so I'm going to actually tell it to just synchronize the graphics so it knows the graphics is there. I'm going to tell it to update the graphics with this new data I've got from the schedule. I'm going to select all to update the graphics. There we go. So it's written all the data back to graphics. What I can do now in my graphics, move this out the way, is we can actually just choose a theme here where I've chosen to display the actual schedule. There you go. There's the schedule. Starting, there's October where we're starting, going down to December, all the way down to November 2016. Schedule's been actually put down there, and it's our optimum schedule. To prove it's optimum, we can actually do random perturbations on the schedule, which I will do now. All you can do is you can just choose a particular set of values. Let's just do some random ones here, and let's just ask it to actually permute them. I'm going to tell it to level everything after permuting, because it'll be it could leave some wasted capacity per day if I don't tell it to level all when I do it. I've selected these particular tasks, and I'll just say permute, and as you've noticed, when I permute here, the number will not change, or if it does change, it will change. It will go to a lesser value. So there you go. We've lost 2.5 million by just doing that one little small permute. So if I now just go back and leave out that permute and do it again from scratch, let me just select all and just level them all now per the optimum, and there we go, we're back to our optimum value. So that really is a very simple way to generate an NPV optimized schedule in ScheduleXL. Just for the record, to get how many blocks we used, the blocks we extracted were 6,500 blocks. We could schedule those in seconds using ScheduleXL.